friends, it's Min here from On a Stamp Page. Welcome back to my 5 Minutes in Photoshop series. This month our sponsor is the beautiful Pickled Potpourri Designs. Hopefully you've taken a chance to go over and head to their Etsy shop. Pam, the owner, has some amazing sets. She has such a variety of styles that I am sure you would find something that would fit your crafting style. So make sure that you head over there and check out the description box below because there is a discount code for you to use on your next purchase in the store. So let's go ahead and get started with our Photoshop tutorial for today. Today I am going to be using the True Beauty digital stamp set with all these gorgeous butterfly postal images, and I'm going to show you how you can use them to create a pattern paper background in Photoshop. And this one is black and white, but I'll show you what we're going to do for this one. So we're going to start by creating a new panel. I'm making this 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches so that it'll layer nicely onto an A2 card. And then I'm going to open up the digital stamps from this set. I do this by holding down Control and gathering them all, or you can just drag like I just showed you. And it's going to open up all of the different postage stamps from this set. So all I have to do in order to make this faux pattern paper background is I'm going to drag each image one by one into my panel, and then I'm going to close it, and I will just work to resize it until it becomes the size that I really like. Make sure that you are holding down Shift while you resize things so that they don't get skewed. This one I played around with, seeing maybe I wanted it on its side, but I eventually decided not to and to keep it vertical. And you'll see that here in just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and drag all of the other images into my panel and resize them. And now at this point I have all 4 of the stamps in my document, and I'm going to play around a little bit with placement to make sure that I have the exact sizes that I want and the exact placement that I want. Once I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start copying layers so that I can add more layers in to where they will fit within the panel to create that pattern paper feel. So all I do is I left click on the layer, and then I say duplicate layer, and then I can pull it off of wherever it's at, and I can move it to where I would like it to be and fill in all of those blank spaces. As you can see, this can be a little bit fiddly, but it is really fun to choose which ones I want where and then make them fit perfectly. So now that I have all of these images where I'd want them, I'm going to select every single one of them, and I'm going to actually make them into their own image or their own layer. I'm doing this so I can move them around and put them exactly where I want them, but also it's going to make it easier for me to change the colors of my layers, which is what I'm going to show you next. So I'm going to start by creating a background that is actually black. And then I'm going to show you how I group all of those layers together and make them white. So this is going to be like the opposite of the card that I showed you before. So I'm selecting all of these layers, and I'm going to create that new layer that I talked about earlier. So now that that's a new smart layer, I'm able to go in and automatically do a color overlay to change the color of the stamps all together all at once. So that red looked really cool, but I'm gonna go for the white to make it look like that reverse negative. And I absolutely love the way this looks, and I think it's a really cool way to show the different ways you can use this technique. So next I'm going to add my sentiment. If you see here in the original one, basically what I did is I created a band and then I added the sentiment from this beautiful stamp set. And so I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of doing a black band, I think I'm going to do a white band. So I'm just dragging from the other card and I'm deciding where I want that to go. You could have it up at the top, but I prefer down at the bottom because then it's showcasing more of those really beautiful images. And now I am doing some color overlays to do the reverse colors and make it the opposite of the other panel. And I went back and forth between whether or not to do a drop shadow on the sentiment, and I decided instead to do an outer glow so that the black of the sentiment will show up better down on the bottom where it dips down into the black. And that is pretty much all that you have to do to create a pattern paper with your digital stamps. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to stop over to Pickled Potpourri Designs and use your discount code that you can find in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe for more from me. And until next time, hugs and happy stamping, friends. Bye.